word at a time.
All right, and this expert is going to answer any questions that I or you might have on a particular topic. Let's stick to one topic today, and I'd like to know, what is that topic? Are we going to talk about social psychology, toenails, best ways to screw in a light bulb? What are we going to talk with this expert about today?
Confetti.
Unicorns.
Eyebrow trimming.
The first thing I heard was confetti, so let's stick with that. All right, so, great. Professor Twinkles, welcome to the show. Very happy that you're here. Today we're going to talk about confetti. And I think the question on everybody's mind right now, the first and most important question is, what is confetti actually made of?
Confetti is made of beautiful,
Glittering.
colored paper.
Yes, well, good. That's kind of what I expected, so I'm happy to hear that I'm correct in that. But I know, sometimes you've got a party, and you don't have any glittery paper on hand. So what else could I use to make confetti?
You can use a lot of things to make
Confetti.
for example,
Rabbits.
or horses.
Right. So it's really paper or slaughtering animals. There's nothing in between. Okay. Just out of curiosity, and I know I'm going to regret this question, but how does one change a horse into confetti?
A horse can be a
Confetti.
A horse can be a confetti machine. Okay. Let's pretend that made sense and move on, shall we? Okay. Now, confetti, I think, is often used, for festive events, parties, that sort of thing. But it's also connected to New Year's. And I wonder, can you tell us, how did confetti become connected to New Year's?
confetti is
Connected to
New
years.
because it
Falls
down to
the
ground and
clock.
the clock
Time.
on the
New
Year's Eve.
And clock, the clock time. Okay. You'll have to forgive me. I wasn't aware, ladies and gentlemen, this is my mistake perhaps, that there is another kind of time other than clock time. Perhaps, this is a moment to enlighten all the audience. What other times are there besides clock time?
There are
Other
times besides
the
clock time
such
as switch
time.
or back or forward or crawling period.
Crawling time period is when you have maths for an entire year. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, in a moment we're going to open up the floor for questions for our expert on confetti. But before we do that, I have one more question for you. I just wanted to know, what is your favorite color of confetti and why?
My favorite
Color
of confetti
is
yellow
and purple.
and yellow
Because
yellow
and
purple are
the
best colors
ever.
for confetti.
That's actually a strangely coherent answer. Okay, let's open it up to the audience, shall we? I know that people in the room are anxious to share their knowledge. Very anxious indeed. Can I ask anybody who has a question to raise their hand? Yes, you, sir.
What's the most amount of fun you can have with confetti?
What is the most amount of fun you can have with confetti?
The most
Amazing.
thing you
Can.
do with
Confetti.
is to
Have.
it.
It's a common mistake, actually. Most people use confetti, but then it's gone. Right? Have it. That's when it's best. Right. Another question. Yes.
You talked about horses and confetti and also rabbits. What are rabbits and confetti?
Right. The lady in front who likes horror films. Can you talk to us a little bit about the connection between confetti and rabbits?
Well, confetti
Horses.
and rabbits
Are.
very beautiful.
Mechanisms.
That you
Can.
use for
Making.
fun. Yes.
Mechanisms you can use for making fun. When you say making fun, what do you mean?
Throwing horses,
With.
rabbits are
The.
best fun
With.
confetti.
Right, that it makes a lot of sense. We had a question in the back, I believe. Yes, sir.
What are the dangers of confetti?
What are the dangers of confetti? It's a very good question. What are the dangers of confetti?
The dangers
Of.
confetti is
That.
you eat it. Eat.
It.
And make
Yourself.
a horse.
Okay. I can't help but feeling you're very hung up on this horse thing. We're looking for confetti answers, but I suppose horses are nice too. We have time for one more question, I think. It's one more question for the three-head expert on
In the back
confetti
there, Chris.
and horses. Yes, sir, in the back.
Yes.
The
So
enthusiastic man.
apparently, horses are confetti producing machines. So what does their confetti look like?
Oh, we're going there, are we? What does the confetti produced by horses look like?
The confetti
Produced.
by horses
Looks.
very ugly.
So as you would expect. Yes, absolutely. All right. It's almost time to end this interview. But before we do, I was wondering. We've talked a lot about confetti. We've talked more about horses than I expected. But that's part of the fun. Is there anything that people really should know about confetti that we haven't been able to discuss in our interview?
People should
No.
about confetti
And.
about horses
And.
about rabbits.
Because.
It so
Happens.
that horses
With.
confetti are
The.
best friend for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our three-headed